Words are powerful. Unsaid, it cannot be unsaid. Unheard, it cannot be unheard. See, words are like egg. Once it's broken, it can't be put together again. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 5 toxic phrases that you should never tolerate in your relationship. Let's go into the video. Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Mayowa. On this channel, I share content to help you achieve all-round success, nourish your face, and inspire hope in your heart. If you are new on this channel, please consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell so that you can be the first to be notified when I post new content. And if you are returning, hi my people, I do appreciate you. Okay, in our today's words, abuse seems to be very common. See, using a toxic phrase in a relationship can be a form of emotional abuse, which I think nobody appreciates and nobody should tolerate that. See, toxic phrases at times can be very subtle. At times they sound very cool to the hearing, but see, they are ugly if you are very thoughtful. Number 1, you are just like a major influence in your life. So your partner tells you, oh, I know that's the way you're going to behave at last because you are just like probably your major influence in your life, which can be your father, your mother, your somebody you value, somebody you appreciate. See, before somebody would tell you about that, that means that at one time or the other in your relationship, you have shared the strength and the weakness of this major influence in your life with them. And they are definitely using that against you. So, if at your lowly times, or at times when you are not at your best, your partner or that person you said you love can use those persons, your major influence, against you, then it's just a matter of time. He is going to use your strength and your own weakness against you just in a while. A man that can't protect you definitely does not deserve you. A man that cannot protect your strength and your weakness, a man that cannot keep you from harm or danger, then doesn't deserve you. Please walk away. Number 2, if you love me syndrome. So I think these ladies are always the one experiencing this. I have at one time or the other, I've also heard it before. I've had friends tell me, oh, the guy said, if I love him, then I should do that. And I'm like, excuse me? It doesn't sound cool. No. Okay, so a guy comes and tells you that if you love me, you're going to do that and that and that for me. See, this is always a luring statement. A statement to make you do what you don't want to do. Definitely, if you were in your right senses, if your brain was working appropriately, you don't want to do that. So why would somebody I love lure me to do what I don't want to do? And most times they tell you, if you don't do that, probably they might lie against you. There's always a scam. Or something that's definitely wrong. This reminds me of the story of Amnon and Tamar. So Tamar is Amnon's half-sister in the Bible. I can't forget that. And then Amnon literally raped Tamar, saying, if you love me, you're going to lie with me. But scripture recorded afterwards that, and Amnon hated Tamar much more. See, when you yield to the if you love me syndrome, the guy would hate you much more because indirectly you have showed that you don't have any value and you don't have any self-esteem. So, beware. Number 3 toxic phrase. I can't live without you. I can't live without you. Growing up, we have heard of songs. Yes, I've read novels. We've watched movies that the guy would say, oh, I can't live without you. And it sounded very cool. Imagine. See, if a guy or a lady, to be fair, it can be really cute, yeah? I can't live without you, you know? It makes you feel that this person really love you and this person love to do life with you at one time or the other. But see, if someone literally means that they can't live without you, please run. Because these are people that they don't understand personal space. They will literally take you from those you love, those that matters to you. As in, at that time, love stopped being love. It started being possessive. They start being obsessed with you. They are not going to be able to think or do anything without you. So if you were not there, if you are not with them, if you are not calling them, as in, they take you from those you love. As in, that should not be love. Love should bring you into a family. Love should bring you into a home. A man should leave his father and he should be glued to his wife for them to start a family, not for them to be detached from those they love. You know, at this time, the guy, you become 0%, and this person that can't live without you is 100%. Like, you start to live in a shadow of yourself. If a guy literally or a lady literally means this, please run away. It is very dangerous. See, love is beautiful, but it should not be possessive. Number 4 toxic phrase. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Wait. It sounds cool, isn't it? Okay. And I think, to be fair, I have fallen a victim of that before. I've had times when probably my husband and I, we had a disagreement, and I'd said that. See, not because I really mean that. Okay. Not because I really mean to say that. But, you know, at times, as in, this is a word where we hear words and we just pick it up. Now, at times, we don't understand what it really means. I remember after reading about it, I think I saw it probably in an article about that, about saying, I'm sorry I made you feel that way was toxic. I stopped it. And that is why you should always have a good conversation with your spouse. Always, at times when they say some things and you don't understand them, let them explain to you. I'm sure if my husband had asked me to explain what I meant by that, I would have been justified. Okay. See, if you are sorry, you are sorry. You don't have to say, I am sorry I made you feel, as in it's rude. It should not be said. No. If you are sorry, you are sorry. Anything after I am sorry should not be. So if you had a conversation with your partner and an issue happened and you make the other person feel awful, feel irritable and all that, just come and say, I'm sorry. Nothing after that. Because anything after that shows you are not holding yourself responsible for that attitude. So when you're sorry, you are sorry. There is nothing after I'm sorry. Sorry is a powerful word. In fact, it's a magical word. It's just like saying thank you. It is a magical word that can change everything. So it can melt the heart of an angry man. So if you and your partner, you and your friend, you had a conflict and you know that you were the one responsible for that, which is actually wrong, just come to them and say, you are sorry. You don't have to put anything after that. As in, you are sorry, full stop. You don't have to put anything after I'm sorry. Because anything after I'm sorry makes you are trying to justify yourself. Like you're trying not to be accountable. You're trying not to be responsible for that act. Number 5, the tit for tat phrase. So what is that phrase? I love you, but you made me do that. As in, anywhere you see but, you know that what is coming after it does not really make sense. Like, it's just very ugly, really. An issue happened. You know, most times when people say you made me do that, it is just out of irresponsibility. And it should not be. Like, everybody in this world should be responsible for their action. As in, when you do something, own up you've done it. Own up you're sorry for that. own up for your wrong and apologize. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us flesh and blood. We're not perfect beings, but we're working towards attaining perfection. So if this girl or this guy, every time he does something wrong, he pushes it to you, saying you made him to do that. Okay, a literal scenario. So the guy comes and he was very hungry. He had a bad day, yeah, and he was very hungry, and you were just trying to make a conversation with him, and he got on the other side of him and he kicked you, and he said you made him do that because you were not sensitive, because you were not sensitive to the fact that he had a bad day. Excuse me? It is a toxic phrase. It should not be. Go for somebody that is responsible. Go for somebody that knows your worth, not somebody that throws you off, not somebody that trashes you. If your word is not edifying or encouraging, please zip up. Thank you for watching. I hope you find this video very helpful. Feel free to share it with your family and friends that you think might be in a toxic relationship and they need to identify these toxic phrases. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.